solved my vlogging travel problem. My name's Ekello Herod, and this is Ekello Photo. And one of my main goals is to help you learn the camera that's in your pocket. Whatever camera that is, I teach you how to love the camera that you're with. Well, I've figured out which cameras that I love and what lenses that I love when it came to traveling. But I was in a predicament. I touched on this a little bit in my unboxing of my computer that I had a bit of a serious issue. I took my beautiful Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro, forever to be known on this channel as the 6K Pro, on my first trip to New Orleans, and then proceeded to completely fill up 1 terabyte of a Samsung solid state drive, a T5 to be exact. Then I started on the second hard drive and got quite a bit through that one also. When I got home, I started my transfer to my home system. I did not check to see if the transfer was complete, and I lost most of my trip to New Orleans in the process. I had a problem. The problem was simple. I needed to compile my travel video during my trip. I needed to cut up video and export finished pieces of video in order to make larger projects, later. I needed portable power. I needed to be able to do all of this on the go and not have to worry about slogging through large amounts of footage at the end of vacation. I needed to take it in bite sizes. I needed something small. So what did I do about this problem? I bought an Apple Mac Mini. And when I bought that, I thought to myself, I would take it anywhere with me and I could hook it up to anybody's hotel TV it has a HDMI cable. Then I could do a little bit of editing, and I was wrong. When I tried to do that very same thing on the very next trip to New Orleans, the main reason that it didn't work was the peripherals. I had tons and tons of peripherals hooked up to the computer, including, but not limited to, hard drives, hubs, and various routing accoutrements. So, therefore, when I plugged in everything at the hotel, it looked for lots and lots of things that weren't there. All hell broke loose, and then I decided to give up the ghost. So, I still had a problem. I needed something portable, easy to work with. I needed a laptop. But which laptop should I get? Most of you think you already know exactly which one I got, but you don't understand. I was in a predicament. I'm an old Mac lurker, but I am an even older PC user. I had lots of options. The programs that I prefer to edit videos on, DaVinci Resolve 17, was on both platforms. But that damn ecosystem was calling my name from a distance. What is an ecosystem, you ask? Well, let's find ourselves a nice definition. A complex network of interconnected systems. Example, Silicon Valley, entrepreneur, ecosystem, that sort of thing. And I think that you get it now. I have an iPhone, which led me to get an iWatch, which led me to get a Mac Mini, which led me to get an iPad, which on and on and on and on. I didn't realize how much the synergy was actually involved in the whole thing until, but that's called the Apple ecosystem. It feels like, for lack of a better word, magic. I know it's a phrase that sounds like a bunch of malarkey, but it isn't. There's some things that just seem to work. And I don't know if you can understand this because you haven't been on both sides of the tracks, but I have. I've been a PC guy for my entire life. I always thought that Apple thing was, I don't know, cute, whimsical, quaint, but also not for me. Not that I'm saying that any of that amazing technology didn't have its merits, but it just wasn't for me. At least that's what I thought until I got the iPhone. That was my introduction to the ecosystem. I was so envious of the first iPhone that AT&T had, but I was on T-Mobile, so no iPhone for me, which gave me no options. I got the first Android phone ever, the G1. Unlike the iPhone, the G1 never progressed to anything other than the G2. Then there was many, many, many different flavors of Android that seemed to spiral out into infinity. That didn't suit me. See this gray beard? See this? It means that I've gotten older and I don't like to play games. I like simplicity and the ability to do my work as quickly and efficiently as possible. And PCs, God love them. For all their versatility, they're just extremely complicated at times. And I've gotten older and I realize that my time is way more valuable than my need to tinker. If I want to tinker, I could learn something esoteric like welding or something, which I would love to do, by the way. My time is extremely valuable. So using the most efficient thing possible suits me, which means I really only had one choice. I needed power. I wanted to stay in the Apple ecosystem. I didn't have a ton of money, but I wanted to be able to work with more power than the desktop computer that I had, which was the Mac Mini M1. So what did I do? I bought a 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M1 Pro chip in it and never looked back. I've been working with it for about a week now, and frankly, I can't find a flaw. I know it sounds like I'm some kind of fanboy, but it's also the truth. The screen is beautiful, simply beautiful, including the notch. I opted out of the space gray craze thing. I just wanted something that matched my Mac Mini. And it gave me that kind of throwback, feels of the old MacBook Pro. So I was all in on that, color. The sound, like the actual speakers, are amazing. And that's not hyperbole. I'm not exactly sure what kind of alchemy they're using to get that much volume and clarity and richness of midtones out of that thing. I just don't know how they do it. I don't get it. The camera is passable. I'm having literally no issues typing. The biggest revelation? The biggest revelation, I believe, is the trackpad. It's so large and so useful. And if you learn the gestures, it becomes your third hand. I've edited a few projects on this laptop, and now I understand the glorious wonders of the world as they really are. I am able to consume the beauty of the world and then impart it upon you instantly. This laptop has made this possible. I hope that you've enjoyed this little talk about how I fixed my travel vlogging problem. Next week, we're going to talk about what equipment I'm going to bring on this trip. Here's the issue. It needs to be as efficient as possible. What will I do? Tune in next week and find out. Like and subscribe because I'm going to be talking a little more about that very laptop. And as you can see, this isn't a full review about the laptop. I will save that for when I get back from New Orleans. Love the camera you're with. Bye.